Just heard what your brother said. Do you agree or disagree with everything?
I agree with everything he said. It's been a good adjustment. Having him in the team. He just come in just as a brother. Already the team already loves him and stuff like that. So it's a good adjustment.
You had that really good spring and finish off with a great spring game, and then your older brother calls and says, "I'm coming in to try to take your job away." What was your reaction?
It's football. You know what I'm saying? It could have been another recruit coming in. Same thing. So it's not different. Having it's my brother. Yeah, it's my brother, but it's the same competition. It could have been someone else too. So.
You said you guys didn't like to spend a whole lot of time together when you were kids. Was that more him or more you?
I think that was more him. He was older than me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, more him.
Is there any way having him around makes the competition a little more comfortable? Just because he's probably a guy that you kind of looked up to and whatnot.
Actually, yeah. We feed off each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's really cool having him here. And learning from him. He has experience that I need to, and then I have some stuff around here that he needs to learn from me. So it's just been a good, trade-off.
What was it like with the shoe being on the other foot? You might be kind of having to show him the ropes here, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a good feeling. I was kind of the big brother for the first time, so it was a pretty good feeling.
You guys have other siblings? Sorry.
Yeah, we have a little brother.
Oh, you have a little brother too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
How do you look at just kind of how your spring went and your redshirt year and kind of how you think your game is at right now coming into this fall camp?
I believe my redshirt year helped me a lot tremendously. I grew up a lot, and the spring game just helped me clarify that I can do this and that I can be a contributor to this team and help out.
As you're watching Jay do what he's doing last year, it's probably everyone's realizing that he probably ain't gonna be back next year. I mean, was it motivating to you, I guess, knowing that as the season went on, it did look like there was going to be more playing time available this year, and then I guess going in spring practice, knowing that you were going to have a chance to earn playing time.
Yeah, it was nice to know that Jay was going to go to the NFL because he worked so hard and just he contributed so much to the team. But knowing that, it made me want to work even harder because I knew that he would probably leave to the NFL, so it made me want to contribute more. So work harder and learn the playbook a lot more and just getting that extra work in.
We saw you in the spring game. I think you scored a touchdown, and I know the coaches were talking a lot about you this spring. How do you evaluate your spring? What was working for you? How were you able to have some success?
Just being myself and being the person I am, and being able to contribute to the team the best way I can. And that's my mentality going into fall camp, just being able to contribute to the team any way I can, score touchdowns basically.
That spring game, Jeremy wasn't out there, Jack wasn't out there, obviously Kelsey wasn't out there. How do you expect the competition to kind of change out there this fall camp?
It's going to heat up a lot more. There's more reps to be taken, because there's three extra guys. So it's just motivated me even more, just to work even harder and get in the playbook and get ready for the fall camp.
What was the redshirt year like for you? Obviously, you saw Jeremy get out there and get some playing time. You had to sit and wait your turn. What was that like for you?
It didn't really affect me at all, honestly, because I knew that I can learn from Jeremy and learn from his experiences. We talk a lot, so yeah, just learn from him and see how it was, and just knowing I have an extra year to play still and still can contribute to the team this year.
There's obviously a lot of question mark about what the running back position is going to bring to this team this year. What do you guys talk about as a group? I mean, you guys feel that a little bit, that there's some uncertainty about what you guys can do?
Not really, honestly. Coach Marcy always talks about being outside dogs, so he says right now we're inside dogs. He wants us to be outside dogs. So I guess just going out there, competing hard and just being outside dogs. So yeah.
So be more scripted about an outside dog.
Someone, who's gonna, just come up and hit you, and not be afraid about it. Just hit you, run you over, run past you, do whatever he has to do to score and help the team.
So the inside dog just like hangs out on the couch.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I got one of those.
Yeah. So yeah.
We heard him kind of talk about your game. Tell us a little bit about him and what his strengths are.
My brother's strengths, he's very fast. My brother's very fast, he's very strong, and he can make a move on you and get outside real fast. So, and his strengths are he's an extremely hard worker, really extremely hard worker, and I feed off that. I want to work just as hard as him. He's always been my inspiration growing up, so that's the reason I play football, because of him. But he's an extremely hard worker, and I think that's his strength.
So I'm sure you've been watching a lot of Stanford games the last couple of years. When you first found out that he wanted to come here, what was kind of your first thought? When you first found out.
I was excited. Not much people get this opportunity to have your brother playing the same Division I college football team. So I was really excited, you know, and just ready for him to get here.
You hoping to get some two-back sets where you can both get out there together on the field?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. You know? Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Oh yeah.
What was it like playing when he was a senior? You were a freshman in high school. I mean, what was that experience like for you, kind of looking out there? I mean, I'm assuming he's kind of the guy.
In high school, you know, coming in, everyone knew me as Kelsey's little brother, you know, so it was just cool to get to see why he was so great and just see how he worked in high school and how hard he was working, and you know, it was just a great experience, you know. Oh yeah.
What does the family think of this? I mean, obviously this is probably something you guys never thought would happen when you committed here, and now you're gonna play with your brother in college.
My family loves it. They're gonna get split jerseys, you know, both our names on it and number, you know. They love it. The whole family, all my aunties and cousins, all that, my immediate family, they love it. So, oh yeah.
With you know, coming up here, you know, your first year, how was the experience, the adjustment to college, the adjustment to Boise? How'd that first year go for you?
Coming from California and coming to Idaho, you know, it was different, you know, a lot slower pace, but I adjusted very well. I think I had to help with my teammates, you know, and the coaches helped a lot too. So it wasn't that bad of an adjustment, you know. Just had to, you know, realize, you know, I'm in a great place, great program, and I'm ready to work. So.
What as you went through spring ball, what do you feel like you can contribute to this team? What do you think you bring to the table at that position?
Versatility, definitely versatility, and be able to use my speed to make a guy miss and score. You know, so definitely just contribute anywhere I can. So.
How's the summer gone for that? I mean, like Chadd was saying, I mean, there's so many, Jack, Jeremy, these guys, Kelsey, we weren't around during the spring. So how's the summer gone for that whole group?
You know, Coach Pitt's our strength and conditioning coach, so he's really stepped it up, and it's been really tough, you know. And I think it's really good right now because the competition's up, and we're competing every drill, you know, and working out, trying to get to be the strongest. So it's heated up a lot, knowing that we have extra, you know, competitors, and yeah, so.
When you came up to varsity in high school as a freshman, did you play at all? Did you guys get on the field together at all?
No.
You just got to sit and watch?
Yeah, I got to sit and watch, you know, so.
Were you always a running back?
Yeah, always been running back.
How'd you guys do that year in the playoffs?
I think we got to the third round, yeah, and then we lost. Yeah, so, but it was a good season, though. Very good season.